My revenge was revealing that my stepfather killed my mother right in the middle of his wedding anniversary party, causing his perfect world to come crashing down around him. But this wasn't a crime of passion. It was a sentence, meticulously planned and calmly executed, and I was the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Before the diary, my world was divided into two distinct eras: the hazy, warm memories of life with my mother, and the sharp, vibrant clarity of life after Richard. My father passed away from a sudden heart attack when I was 6. I have faint, dreamlike recollections of him: the scratch of his beard against my cheek, the low rumble of his laugh. His death was a soft, gray fog that settled over our small house, a quiet sadness that my mother wore like a second skin. Then, 2 years later, Richard entered our lives. He was a supernova in our gray universe. Richard wasn't just a man. He was an event. He was the CEO of a successful architectural firm, exuding a confidence that was both calming and magnetic. He had a smile that could disarm armies and a laugh that chased the shadows from the corners of our home. He didn't try to replace my father. Instead, he carved out a new space for himself, one that was uniquely his. He was Richard, the man who taught me how to ride a bike without training wheels, who spent hours helping me build a ridiculously ambitious solar system model for my science fair, and then charmed the judges into giving me first prize. He adored my mother. The way he looked at her was the stuff of fairy tales. He would bring her flowers for no reason, whisk her away on spontaneous weekend trips, and listen with rapt attention as she talked about her passion for landscape painting. The gray fog around her began to lift, replaced by a glow I hadn't seen since I was very young. He didn't just make her happy, he made her radiant. And he was the perfect stepfather to me. He never forced a dad relationship. He was my friend, my mentor, my champion. When I was bullied in middle school, he didn't just call the principal. He enrolled me in a martial arts class to build my confidence and spent an afternoon with the bully's father, handling the situation with such grace and firmness that the boy never bothered me again. He was the one I called when I got my first A on a calculus test, and he was the one who held me when my first teenage romance ended in heartbreak. He was, in every conceivable way, perfect. Their marriage was a celebration, a testament to second chances. Our house was filled with light and laughter again. For 9 years, we were the picture-perfect family. He was the doting husband, she was the adored wife, and I was the happy, well-adjusted daughter. And then came the accident. It was supposed to be a romantic getaway for their 9th anniversary. They loved hiking, and Richard had planned a trip to a notoriously beautiful but challenging trail in the nearby mountains. I was away at a weekend debate tournament. I remember getting the call. It was a sheriff, his voice thick with practiced sympathy. There had been a fall, a slip on a patch of loose gravel near a steep cliff edge.